you're not a New Yorker, respectfully. I'm from here. I know the impact a motherfucker had here. You feel me?
All right. Well, speaking about Max B, right? Complex had came out with the top 50 best New York rappers of all time list.
Yeah, that's
And Max was so upset during an interview that he was
so
not on
walked
the
out.
list that he got up and walked out of that. Did you take a look at the list?
Yes, I saw the list. I saw the list. Um, Obviously, I'm never going to agree with anybody's list wholeheartedly like that. And I will say it was better than I expected. I'll just say that. I'm still looking at names like word, 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 but it's still better than I expected. And they covered, and I do respect the fact that they covered hip hop from the early days, from the Melly Mel shit to the A Boogie with the hoodie shit. So it's like they covered decades of the culture. It wasn't just a bunch of niggas that came out in 2015 or a bunch of niggas that came out in 1993. It was a list that really covered the whole, that ran the whole gamut. So I respect that aspect of it. Um, Obviously, this is a mainstream list. This is obviously a mainstream hip hop list. This because there's way too many people that weren't even mentioned that have achieved ridiculous amounts of success. But like I said, this is not an indie rap list or whatever. This is a mainstream list. So I mean, it was I. It was. It was.
I think you being a little kind about it
It
because
was. I.
because I think some people would look at this list, right? And of course, everything is subjective. Everybody prioritizes different things. But having Fab at 43, and then all of a sudden you have Nori, ahead of him at 37, no, 38.
Uh-huh.
I think most people would agree that Fab is a better rapper than Nori is.
But is this who's the best rapper, or is just all around? This isn't. These are 50. Yeah, I can name 50. If that's the case, I can name 50 motherfuckers from New York that's better than every motherfucker on that list. Respectfully, it's not who's the best rapper. It's who's the best. I'm assuming I wasn't in the room when they made the criteria. I'm assuming it was obviously the music, the impact. Well, it was a bunch of lists other than just who's a good rapper, who got better bars. If you're doing that, then that's a whole nother discussion. Because if we want to just talk about career wise, I can see why people would rate Nori ahead of Fab, just from what things that transpired in the career. First of all, solo record wise, Nori has a billion hits. He has a classic. He has a classic group with a classic album
Right.
with Capone. The second album wasn't bad. Even the reunion wasn't bad. He got about 7 solo albums, about 15 to 20 mega hits from the rap shit to the reggaeton shit. What the fuck? Why why do you feel some kind of way about him being ahead of Fat? Hey, if Fat from my hood, I'm just saying, if we're just talking straight up rap, bars, I
Fab
mean,
ain't
yeah,
no
but that's
slouch though either, though,
no,
right? He had a lot of
Fat
commercial success too.
no,
But like,
I'm not. Listen, I don't want this. See, this is the thing. I'm not taking for none of these niggas. Let's
right.
be. You mentioned Nori and Fab, so I'm commenting on them too. I really don't give a fuck neither way. But I'm commenting off of what you're saying. Like first of all, Fab from Brevoort Project, bro. Fab from my side of town. Fab from the style. So there's no going against that. But I'm just saying. But your argument was why is Nori ahead of Fab, and I just gave you quite a few reasons why Nori could be making ahead of Fab.
Well, but look though, this is their key takeaway. They said that they are using lyrical ability, songwriting, influence, and cultural impact as the main reasons of how they decided to rank this list.
Coach, okay. And Nori has a whole. The only thing that he may not have been, I mean, he was never the illest lyricist, but he made music that you felt. So everything else he got times 1,000.
Right.
Cultural impact, Nori. Sir, you really go like cultural impact? Nori been active 30 fucking years, bro. Across multiple sides of this shit.
What I said to you earlier is true though. These lists are always going to be different to other people because of what they carry most weight in, right? And
Right.
I'm more like about lyricism. So of course I'm gonna look at it, I'm gonna be like, come on, Fab, coming
Yeah.
after
No,
Nori,
first
you
of all,
know,
Fab.
but you're right though. Nori, he's had a great impact in a lot of different other ways. Maybe not as
Yeah.
a lyricist, but he's no
But
slouch in other areas too.
right. But even as a lyricist, like I could quote, okay, Nori wasn't the I'm gonna spit a clever punchline and shit like that, but I could still give you bars that Nori spit from 20 something years ago that still resonate with me. Like, what are you talking about? It wasn't a. It might not been a. It was like Fab punches. Fab is top tier with that, and that's more like if I'm rhyming, if I'm with a motherfucker and I need some shit that's gonna make me want to write, I'm gonna pick Fab because I like if you hear how I rhyme, like that's the type of shit that I'm really going to try to for me, like just but as far as I'm talking about the whole picture, like Nori, come on man, Nori.
Wait, but you gotta okay, all right. Just I don't want to make it just about Nori, but like Styles P is at 46. Lloyd Banks is at 48. Like, come on, bro. Like, I mean, you can even argue. You can even argue. Look at Jim Jones is at 45. Some people might argue that Jim Jones had a bigger impact than Nori, especially when you look in the gang shit.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
you can argue that. I mean, you can argue that. You can argue that. Okay, sure. I mean, but at the end of the day, this is all this is all to get us talking. That's all it is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's all for discussion. Just like when we did on the Don't Quote Me shit, when we did the underrated in Brooklyn and this and that. It's all discussion. Like I'm gonna say some shit we gonna speak on, and people gonna go in the comments and dispute on that, and that's cool. So like, and that's the shit I like about this shit is because like my thing is that's one thing that's missing in this hip hop shit now is just regular discussions. Everything ain't gotta be warfare or something. It's like, yo, we can just have it. Yo, I like this motherfucker better. Nah, when you said this, that was fine. That's the shit I grew up off of. So these discussions are dope for that. I don't agree with like this. There's so many motherfuckers that were excluded from the list. And as far as the orders, like I knew I already knew I wasn't gonna agree with half of the orders. Like that is but I was just looking. To me, it wasn't the orders for me, it was more of the names that were included than the order. You know what I'm saying? But you talking lyricism, like they got, I mean, respectfully, like I was like they got Biz Markie on the list. Biz Markie wasn't no lyricist. And I'm all due respect to the late great Biz Markie. Biz Markie was an entertainer. Like he did the beatboxing, he was an entertainer. But he wasn't no I'm gonna bar these motherfuckers down. Like he wasn't that. You know what I'm saying? Biz Markie made you feel good. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm not going to negate Biz because he didn't speak the illest punchline that made me say, "Oh shit, that wasn't what Biz Markie was here for." So they made me like I said. So there's things that I would rate him higher than other people. You know what I'm saying? So it's not all about who's just the most amazing, who has the most clever wordplay and shit like that. There's so many other things that factor in.
All right. This is a great you might be biased on this one, okay? Because this is Brooklyn, okay? But Foxy Brown at number 33. Okay. Ahead of all these other people that we said, though. Do you think now I'm not trying to downplay she did have an impact and stuff like that for a lot of different stuff, but discography wise and everything, I guess because they didn't really emphasize discography in this, right? So maybe that's where I'm getting hung up at. I'm being like, come on.
And another thing is, you're not a New Yorker, respectfully. I'm from here. I know the impact a motherfucker had here. You feel me? So it's like, I can tell you the impact. Like, if we talking top 50 rappers, I can name wild people that deserve to be on the list off of impact and influence and da-da-da-da. It's on the list. But because they didn't have huge, like, I guess, sales, or they didn't have like, they weren't on a major label or whatever. It's like, yo, like Tragedy Gaddafi, bro. That nigga's the blueprint to half this shit. He ain't on the list. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, whatever. So but it's the impact and the shit that like Tragedy literally influenced the whole Queensbridge sound. Like he mentored CNN. He fucking named Havoc Havoc. Like he was talking about this nigga was talking about Illmatic on records 7-8 years before Nas. Like you could argue that he was like one of the most important cogs of the whole Queensbridge shit that took over the world for a while. But ain't nobody mentioned it. But they didn't put him on the fucking list. But in my list, I would put him top 50 of New York. But I'm thinking more of influence and shit. But I know the influence because I'm here. So it's like, but anyway, to go back to Foxy, I love Foxy, bro. First of all, and Foxy don't get as much credit as she deserves. You know what I'm saying? So top 50 Brooklyn. Like I said, I didn't trip off of the order. Like I said, I already gave you that precursor. I didn't trip off of the order. But I know that she belongs on there somewhere, because motherfucker, I know that.
Right. Definitely belongs on it.
I know she belongs on that shit, bro. Come on, man, Fox. Man, and the thing is, I think, most people, when they think of the female MC from Brooklyn, most people gravitate towards Kim. And of course, Kim is Kim. You know what I'm saying? So, but there could be more than one. You know what I'm saying? Even though Kim's career has lasted longer, but like when they both dropped, man, it was literally they literally had the world in the palm of their hand, man. And Foxy was dead nice too, bro. Foxy was dead nice, man. I don't give a fuck what nobody said. Foxy was dead nice. Shout to Prospect Heights, man. Prospect Heights. I'm from Bed-Stuy, right? My neighborhood always gets shouted out in this rap shit. You feel me? I'm from the Stuy. Motherfuckers that's from Antarctica gonna be shouting out Bed-Stuy records forever. You feel me? But Prospect Heights don't get mentioned in these songs a lot. Don't get mentioned in hip hop a lot. Shout to Prospect Heights. That's a neighborhood in Brooklyn. You heard? Foxy from the Heights. Next to Crown Heights, kind of like, anyway, whatever. Y'all look at the map. It's Shout to Prospect Heights though, man.
The top 10 though, right? They got at number 10, they got KRS-One, okay. Number 9, Busta Rhymes. Number 8, DMX. Number 7, Nicki Minaj. Number 6, 50 Cent. Number 5, LL Cool J. Number 4, Rakim. Number 3, Nas. Number 2, Biggie. And number 1, Jay.
Those are all very strong names. I see a strong point for all of them.
I do too.
Like those are valid names for a top 10.